Hi, I'm Callum Rodia,
I'm Nicholas Barbo.
And I'm Richard Barlow.
and this is that video where we stand and talk about Down Dangerous Passes Road. But we're in front of a green screen, so it makes it really, really cool.
I'm on a beach right now. There's the ocean and stuff.
I'm in New York.
I am in the Air Canada Centre and it's spring, so it's empty.
I'm playing Victor. He's kind of a country guy. He works in the woods. He cuts down and plants trees. I guess he doesn't cut them down. He plants them. He's a big old softy, but he's also big and tough. You know, he likes his bar fights. He's just your typical nice country guy. The characters like me because, I'm a country guy. He does like the simple things. I like the simple things. He drives a truck. I want a truck. The way he's not like me is I don't get in bar fights at all. I don't get in any kind of fights. I'm just the softy side. He's got the toughness that I just don't. He loves the woods. He loves his brother. He loves his family, and he is one of the simpler of the brothers. So like his emotions and his needs and his passions are all very, very simple, and I like that because you don't get that too often. You don't get a character that just has a great passion for things, and out of that comes so much great work and so many possibilities for character choices. It's complex in the way that he's simple, and I really like that. I think one of the biggest challenges was or is his age. I'm the youngest of the group, and he's the oldest of the brothers. So just those little things, the stillness and the maturity that just come with age, I don't quite have yet. So I had to really work on that.
What sets Carl apart from the other characters is more or less that, he got away from that family and tried to start a new family that was completely different from that family. So a lot of who Carl is affected by who his new wife is going to be. He's very dependent on her. He's kind of that typical dad nowadays where, mom takes care of the household and dad comes home after a long day of work and sits on the couch and watches TV while mom cooks dinner kind of thing. I didn't want to seem very young. I am younger than Carl, not that much younger. Carl's 27 and, I'm 24, so it's not that big of a gap, but I am very young in life experience compared to what Carl would have seen. Some of the beliefs that Carl has, he has very strong opinions. Getting yourself to find those beliefs and follow through on them in a believable manner is sometimes difficult. The thing that I love most about Carl is he values family above everything else. And that's something that I agree with 100%. He's very passionate about what he wants. He just, he won't take no for an answer when it comes to his family, and that's kind of the way I am. And so it's nice to play somebody that's an easy belief for me to follow. It's an easy, goal. Carl is easy to hate in this show if you play him the wrong way. You want to find the likability in each character or the reasoning in each character so that people can actually get where he's coming from or find his story appealing. I've gone places that I didn't want to go. In that area, it's probably pushed me the most, is finding those spots to go to, even if you don't want to.
I play Ambrose, who is the middle child. Ambrose is the kind of urban dweller of the three. He lives in Montreal. He's a city guy. He's an art dealer and a bit of a snob. And he also happens to be gay. So he is about as different from his brothers as you can get. And that's one of the reasons why I love this place so much, is because the characters are so different and from such different worlds. It's been a difficult character to play because Ambrose possesses a kind of vulnerability that I like to really avoid. As an actor, you want to be vulnerable on stage at all times. But when you're playing a character who has that kind of personality, it's especially challenging to kind of free your own inhibitions and kind of allow yourself to go to that realm that you try to fight against. The character is gay and I'm not gay, and so that is a challenge. It's not a kind of superficial thing where you just add a lisp to your voice or something like that. You really have to allow yourself to, I guess, think like a gay man, and that's definitely been a challenge and really interesting. I love playing this character for a couple of reasons. The first being that kind of on the surface, we're very, very similar. I'm definitely more of an urban as opposed to rural kind of guy. I love the city. I love art, and so I can really relate to Ambrose in that way. I've been called a snob before, many, many times. And, the challenges of playing this character have been thrilling. Just wrapping my head around him and allowing the kinds of emotions that I'm not terribly familiar with to express themselves. I think the biggest challenge I faced in this production is both acting and directing. It's something that I was cautioned against by many, many, many people. The kind of foundation of directing in the theater is being the outside eye looking in. And when you're in the show, it's really, really hard to do that. So I've relied on Jenny to kind of bridge that gap. Not only do I get to play a really great role, I get to shape this incredible piece of work at the same time. And that's kind of a luxury that not a lot of people get to experience. As hard as it's been and as challenging as it's been, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it again.
I've worked on shows that I've really enjoyed and I've been very passionate about, but this script, like the minute I read it, I was just completely taken away by the script.
The biggest difference from this production from any other production that I've been in is my involvement on anything that has nothing to do with the acting. There's a lot more than acting in a show. So when you're running the company or helping run the company, you have to oversee everything that you just didn't know about. So it's a huge learning process. The whole thing is just a lot larger than showing up and rehearsing. So that's probably my biggest difference in this production.
What makes this production different from others that I've been involved in, I think, is just the passion behind it. The passion from everybody involved. There's a sense of purpose doing this show that is unlike anything else. There are shows that you do where you're just kind of grateful to be rid of it as soon as it closes. There are other productions where you just want to keep reliving them for the rest of your career, and this is exactly that kind of play. Working with this material and working with this crew has just been such a kind of dream come true. It makes working on it that much more fulfilling.
When Nick, Cal, and I get together, we are brothers, so we're ridiculous. We're very professional. We get the work done. When there's a break in between scenes or in between acts, there's always something going on that's just fun and ridiculous.
The toughest part of the delay for me was knowing that I had to spend another 3 months rehearsing with these guys.
You got a little something.
No, the toughest part about the delay is, at least if you're a stage actor, is at one point you're just hungry for an audience. You just starve for some sort of reaction from someone that's not somebody just who's seen it a million times or as much times as you've done it. There's a lot of benefits from getting more time with the show. Like, you have more time with the show, so you get to connect with parts that you didn't find. You get to dig deeper into stuff that you didn't find before.
It has given us an opportunity to strengthen parts of the show that might have needed it or could have used it. And I think we've got a stronger show as a result of that.
Whenever you're done with the show, a couple months later, you look back on a scene and you're like, that's how I should have done that. And now, we were ready for performance and then stop for a bit. So it is almost like you're walking away from the show for a little while. So then you have that epiphany, but now you get to go back and do the show.
Why should people see this show? I think a better question is, why shouldn't people see this show?
It's just that kind of script. I don't see anyone being able to come watch this and not love the script and not love it for how real it is.
This is some good theater you're going to get to see. Why not come see it? We're challenging you to come see a show that we think will challenge you. So I challenge you to come see a show, is basically what I'm saying.
People should see the show because you've been waiting almost a year for it. We announced our debut season in July, and here we are in April. And it feels like it has taken forever to get to this point. No, I think people should see the show because it's unlike anything you've seen in this city. It's different from what other companies have done and are doing. And I think that's really important because we're offering kind of new diversity in the art of theater in this community. I think it'll really challenge people and really excite people. If you have any kind of family at all, you will relate to this show in some way or another. I think there's a lot to learn. I think there's a lot to learn about family, about relationships, about life in general from this play. So see it. It's going to be really, really good.